beautifully explained the entire journey of both the on-call engineer's pains and as well as the video frame. Uh, One thing what I think might be also valuable and people might be thinking it now, like the developers who are integrating a player or who are building the application based on some players. Uh, so we talked about all these different types of errors that are emitted by the player at different stages, right? So
Mhm.
how does what do you think the developer should I mean, how does the developers react to the errors that are emitted in the playback time? So, should they retry or should they just leave those errors once they get it, leave it up to the player? Uh, is there certain
Mm,
guidelines
mm.
or what should be a recommended
Yeah,
approach to deal with the errors?
yeah. Very good question, Pratim. So, it goes back to my original proposal of prerequisites. So so when you're choosing a player, you try to choose a player which gives you all the error codes. It also gives you like whether the error is a terminal error,
Hmm.
or it could recover or not. Few like I think players like Shaka do a really good job in kind of giving you this information that whether it's recoverable error, and it also sometimes retries internally to kind of recover from that error. But it's one of the case, like a lot of players which are there in the market which does not support this. Like you have to decipher on basis the error code that, oh, whether this is a recoverable error or not, or if I get this error code, what should be my recovery steps. You will have to probably go back to documentation, understand, and then kind of code it. So either you choose a player which supports all of these features, or you build a layer on top of the player which would basically listen to all these errors, takes necessary steps accordingly, and then throw the error to the analytic events only once it has like kind of given up that the player cannot recover, yeah, at all.
Yeah, I think yeah, that makes sense. Otherwise, tracking of PFR would not be a good thing to do if we are also tracking errors that are internally retried by the player or the app, and finally it leads to resuming of the playback. I think what we are looking here is tracking of
Yep.
uh, number of occurrences which has led to stopping of the playback. So yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
point.
absolutely, absolutely.
Great.
Cool.
Anything else from
Thank
the
you so
team?
much. Thank you so much. Again, this is amazing. I mean,